Hi there, and welcome to The Celeb Tea, the heartbreaking loss on Brittney Cartwright's family farm. The heartbreaking news Brittney Cartwright recently shared feels like a punch straight to the heart. Many fans still remember watching her family's Kentucky farm on Jax and Brittney Take Kentucky, a place that represented heritage, love, and simple country life. Sadly, that beautiful symbol of family history has now been reduced to ashes. The last standing barn, filled with decades of laughter, memories, and meaning, was destroyed in a fire that has left the entire Cartwright family devastated. This wasn't just any barn. It was a living reminder of her family's deep roots, a piece of land where generations had grown up, shared meals, celebrated milestones, and built their lives together. To them, it wasn't simply a building made of wood and nails. It was a monument of memories. Standing on that land meant standing where ancestors once stood. It meant seeing the same horizon her grandparents saw and feeling the same soil that had nurtured their dreams. Imagine watching everything your family has cherished for decades disappear in minutes. Children once played there, running through the fields while the sound of horses echoed through the hills. Holidays were filled with joy, laughter bouncing off those old wooden beams. Then, suddenly, it's all gone, consumed by flames. The air once filled with warmth and familiarity now carries the scent of smoke and heartbreak. That's the reality Brittney and her family are living right now. On Instagram, Brittney opened up about the tragic loss. She wrote, "This is so heartbreaking. Today, the last barn on our grandfather's farm burned down, and we have no idea why. A few years ago, a storm caused the other barn to collapse. My mom is devastated because there are so many memories tied to that place." If you watched Jax and Brittney Take Kentucky, you probably saw this barn many times. I'm thankful no one was hurt and that all the animals are safe. Despite the relief that no lives were lost, the emotional toll is undeniable. The barn may be gone, but its absence has left a hole that can't be filled. Brittney's mother, Sherry, also shared her side of the story, revealing that earlier that morning, just before leaving for church, she decided to let the horses out. It turned out to be a life-saving decision. Had she not done so, they wouldn't have survived. The fire spread at a terrifying speed, leaving firefighters with little chance to save the structure. When the flames were finally put out, all that remained were charred ruins and the ache of loss. Adding to their sorrow, Brittney's sister's nearby home also suffered fire damage. Though it remains livable, it stands as a constant, painful reminder of how quickly life can change. One morning, everything is normal. By afternoon, the world you knew is gone. Sherry later urged others not to take anything for granted and asked for prayers during this difficult time. Her message resonated deeply with people everywhere, because this kind of pain is universal. When something so full of life and meaning vanishes in an instant, it reminds us how fragile everything truly is. The loss isn't just about losing a building, it's about losing a chapter of history. A piece of family identity has gone up in smoke. Fans who followed Brittney's journey know just how much that land meant to her. It was more than a backdrop for television, it was part of who she is. This kind of tragedy connects deeply with those who faced similar losses. Across the U.S., from California to Kentucky, families have experienced the devastation of fires wiping away generations of memories. Think of the wildfires that destroyed homes in Malibu, Pasadena, and beyond. Outsiders often say, "You can rebuild," but rebuilding is not the same as replacing. You can rebuild walls, but not memories. You can't buy back history. The smell of hay, the sound of laughter, the warmth of tradition, those things live only in memory now. That's what makes this particular loss so painful. It's not about property, it's about the emotional foundation that property represented. For Brittney's family, that barn was a place of love, laughter, and legacy. Now it exists only in their hearts. Legal battles, financial drama, and real-life struggles. While Brittney's family grieves this irreplaceable loss, another wave of drama is unfolding in the world of Bravo, this time involving the Real Housewives alum Denise Richards and her husband Aaron Phypers. Their marriage, once a frequent subject of tabloid gossip, has now become the center of a bitter legal battle. Court documents have revealed that Aaron intends to call some very unexpected witnesses, including Charlie Sheen, Denise's ex-husband, and former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills castmate Brandi Glanville. The mention of those names alone sounds like something straight out of a Bravo plotline, but this isn't scripted drama. It's real life, and the stakes are high. Aaron reportedly also wants several of Denise's family members to testify about her behavior, with his legal team suggesting they can back up allegations concerning dishonesty and substance use. Meanwhile, Aaron's attorneys have demanded that both Denise and her father sit for depositions, citing potential concerns about the handling of financial assets. For Denise, sources close to her say the legal fight has taken a serious emotional and financial toll. It's easy for outsiders to assume celebrities are shielded from financial stress, but legal fees can drain even the wealthiest. In Hollywood, a drawn-out court case can cost hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. And if the ruling doesn't go in Denise's favor, she could end up responsible for not only her legal costs, but Aaron's as well. However, even winning a case doesn't guarantee peace or stability. History has shown that victory in court doesn't always translate into financial security. Cardi B, for example, famously won her $4 million defamation case against blogger Tasha K, but collecting on that judgment has proven to be a nightmare. Likewise, Real Housewives of Orange County star Jen Pedranti was awarded nearly $300,000 in her divorce plus alimony, yet she later admitted she hasn't received the money. These examples highlight a harsh truth. In the world of fame and fortune, even justice can come with a heavy price tag. Winning doesn't always mean recovering. And while fans are still talking about Denise's ongoing legal turmoil, another mystery has sparked conversation, this time involving the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills couple Dorit Kemsley and her estranged husband, PK Kemsley. Observant fans noticed that PK appears to be living in a brand new, upscale home, one that some say looks even nicer than Dorit's. The speculation began when Bravo Snarkside posted about PK's lavish new living situation, followed by confirmation from publicist Elliot Mintz, who said he attended a small dinner party at PK's new home. Naturally, this raised a lot of eyebrows. Given PK's long, well-documented history of financial troubles, fans can't help but wonder how he managed to afford such a property. After all, bills don't simply disappear, and debts don't vanish overnight. Yet PK seems to be living more comfortably than ever. Some speculate he might have secured a new source of income or restructured his finances. Others suspect there's more to the story, perhaps something hidden behind the polished social media posts. Of course, only PK truly knows what's going on behind the scenes, but given his past issues, the timing certainly feels suspicious. And in the Bravo universe, where public image is everything, fans are quick to notice when something doesn't add up. When you look at all of these stories together, the tragedy that struck Brittney's family, the intense legal war between Denise and Aaron, and the financial curiosity surrounding PK, you get a full picture of what life behind reality TV fame really looks like. Beneath the glitz, glamour, and perfectly filtered posts lies a very real world of struggle, loss, and resilience. These are not just characters from a show, they are people dealing with heartbreak, money worries, and personal chaos, just like anyone else. For Brittney, it's the grief of losing her family's legacy. For Denise, it's the exhaustion of battling for truth and stability. For PK, it's the scrutiny that comes with living under the public's watchful eye. Their stories remind us that even the most glamorous lives can crumble in unexpected ways. Behind every headline and Instagram post, there are emotions, fears, and private battles that fans rarely see. As Bravo fans, we're drawn to the drama, but it's moments like these that ground us in reality. These stars might have fame and fortune, but they're still human. They love deeply, they lose profoundly, and they fight hard for what matters to them. So, while Brittney's family rebuilds their lives, while Denise faces her day in court, and while PK navigates public scrutiny, we're reminded of the full spectrum of what it means to live under the spotlight. It's raw, it's real, and it's often heartbreaking. Sending love and strength to Brittney and her family during this unimaginably painful time. And as always, thank you for following these stories with compassion and understanding. If this touched your heart as deeply as it did mine, make sure to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned, because in the Bravo universe, the drama never truly ends.